trying to duck the LMPD. Go and get yourself esteem. She trying to link up. So much we got synced up. Pulled up in the dinged up whip. This ain't Pepto Biz. What this pink stuff is. Don't tell me. Yeah, you heard me, you ain't feel me. I've been moving, I've been shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. I'm like, bad, it gets a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can pace it. I just want to know that I can hold a conversation. Oof. I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the ball down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. Now here's Johnson. Good return up past the 30. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's second down. To throw again, McKinley looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns, and the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road, you're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brown taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Incomplete.
I'm not sure it made a difference on that play, but one thing to keep in mind, here in the early part of the year during a day game, the sun does play a factor on deep balls.
Now Brown to throw on third down. Taking a deep shot here for... Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
4-yard line.
Ready. I got you, Pop. Top row 18. Hey. We got three. 3 down.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
About a half yard from the end zone, third and goal.
45.
The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he'll be well short of a first down as he's stopped again right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Off the play fake, McKinley. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, McKinley. A slant to Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Bears 3. Sterling Hoffrichter.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
From the gun on 3rd down. Brown. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that.
Yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From the gun on 3rd down, McKinley. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try.
And that's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 60 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hey, come on now. Come on now. Check, check. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Shift. Check 9. Kill. Check. Check hot route.
So that'll back him up 5. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got you. Slam, slam, slam. Check.
They run. This is Cohen. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. $13 yards remaining on second down. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Bears 10, Falcons 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Returning it, Johnson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Off play action. McKinley. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, McKinley. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So we always talk about how you got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Off the bootleg, McKinley. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
First down, Falcons.
From the gun, McKinley. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Off the play fake, McKinley. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McKinley, looking for Andrews downfield. And that will be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brown, he's going to take another shot here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
A big loss.
Call it a loss of 12 that time, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Back to throw. McKinley. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off-play action. McKinley brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the 1-yard line. Major mistake. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Here's Brown to throw from his end zone. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he is out of bounds up past the 10. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's crashing. He's checking crowd. Watch twist. Watch twist. Check three, check three, check three. Check.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
He was taken
The
down.
pass game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Wide, get wide. Trap 60, trap 60. Go street.
Looking to throw. Brown. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Check 26.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Cohen, the ball carrier.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Back to throw. McKinley. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Bears take over.
27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Operating from the gun, Brown buying time to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
45. Mark. Hey, pick your game up.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Watch left. Man, I got you. Go straight. Go. Be ready. 70 Rangers.
On third down, Eason taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Brown. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Johnson now returning. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after chip... And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter.
45 to Mike. It's a party now. It's a party now. 45. 45.
Brown now to throw on second down. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Looking to throw. Brown. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now they'll run it with Cohen. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
52's the mark, boys. 52.
Brown looking to throw on second down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught by Cohen. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Hayward flexing his muscle at the 30. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown. Touchdown, Falcons.
Atlanta.
A great effort there. An even 90 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball in that stage of from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs that we're going to see in the NFL.
Kickoff for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
To number 87. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Focusing on me.
Now Cohen takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now Brown from the gun on third down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
5-yard line.
This is Cohen. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Again, it's Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. On the handoff, it's Cohen. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. On second down now, it's Cohen, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have once again taken the lead. So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? Here's Brown, operating from the gun, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
21, Falcons 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Take over first and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McKinley. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
throwing on first down. Brown, and he completes it to Cohen. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The quick throw complete into the flat out left. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 34.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line, gotta love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And the Falcons are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 40. From the gun, McKinley. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They try again with Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And the kick here no good, but a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. And where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Falcons 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now here's Johnson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Hayward. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
A gain of 4. It's now
operating from the gun. McKinley. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley.
McKinley's pass.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
Falcons.
On first down, McKinley. Forced out to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again, McKinley. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. On first down, it's Cohen. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Second and 7.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On first and 10, McKinley. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Calvin Ridley out of bounds at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, McKinley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, McKinley. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
He went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
45, 45, Mike, 45. I got it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cohen. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This is taken at the 15. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, McKinley. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, McKinley. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Chicago, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
This is Desby Music.
Hey yo, yeah, Nike check. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19. Icy water dripping on a white tee. And shorty got a man, but she saying jets coming in like a pair of Nikes. If I like it, then you know I'm finna get it. Hit the bag and then I flip it. Watch me do it. Audemars on my wrist going stupid. Tryna put them on, but they never do it. Like don't make sense. I really get it. I'm steady getting to the chicken. That janky finger licking chicken. I mean I'm getting to the good part. Keep a rack in my socks. Diamonds cost me a lot. Nike check up all of my stocks. Hey yo, Nike check. T-shirt check. Sneakers check.